Good morning. For Tonto-TV and K-Room Radio, I'm Randy Roberson, and here's the Central Arizona News for Monday, April 14th. Well, the Arizona Department of Transportation, or ADOT, announced back on April 6th that a scheduled closure on State Route 88, originally set to begin on Tuesday, April 8th, has been postponed, but is still happening. As part of an $18 million federal paving project, ADOT will implement midweek full closures lasting 48 hours on an 11-mile stretch of State Route 88, or the Apache Trail, west of Roosevelt Dam. The closures will affect the stretch between the entrance to Apache Lake at milepost 229.9 and just west of the Theodore Roosevelt Dam overlook at milepost 240.5. Well, the 48-hour closures will occur from 7 a.m. on Tuesdays to 7 a.m. Thursdays on the following dates. That's April 15th through 17th, April 29th through May 1st, and May 6th through the 8th. Additionally, a separate 72-hour closure is planned from 7 a.m. Monday, April 21st, through 7 a.m. on the 24th. Now, the project is being conducted in coordination with the U.S. Forest Service and Federal Highway Administration, and it aims to pave an 11-mile gravel section of highway while also updating drainage features affected by flooding. Improvements to sight lines at several locations will also be made as part of the initiative. Now, access to the Theodore Roosevelt Dam overlook will remain open via State Route 188 during those closures. While State Route 88 will be accessible east from the Phoenix area, the steep, unpaved section between Fish Creek Vista, that's about milepost 222, and Fish Creek Bridge, or milepost 223.5, is limited to high-clearance four-wheel drive vehicles and utility terrain vehicles. Trailers are not permitted in that area during this time. More information about the State Route 88 roadway improvement project can also be found at this address. In other Central Arizona news, Jack Huffman, known as Jax, departed Dana Point, California back on April 1st for a 3,000-mile walk to the White House in Washington, D.C., as he aims to reach a milestone of 10,000 charity miles. While pushing along 150 pounds of gear, Jax will trek across 13 states, facing challenges from crossing the Rockies to dodging traffic and wildlife. Jax previously completed notable walks, including a 2,841-mile journey from Newport Beach, California, to Tybee Island, Georgia, back in 2019, raising funds for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. In 2023, he traveled 1,800 miles with a dove named Nikki from Sarasota, Florida to Michigan. Well, last year, he walked nearly 3,000 miles to Washington, D.C., raising around $265,000 for the Fallen and Wounded Soldiers Fund, before adding a 270-mile segment in Michigan that brought his total fundraising to over $304,000. Well, for this journey, Jack will raise money for the Rainbow Connection, which supports children with life-threatening illnesses in Michigan, and the Fallen and Wounded Soldiers Fund. Well, this walk is named Angels Along the Way, honoring the kindness of people who supported him during previous treks. And speaking of that support, he got some more as he came into Central Arizona. Well, Jax made it from Sunflower to Star Valley yesterday, and he was greeted by well-wishers along the way who brought him food and encouragement after making his way through record heat while leaving Phoenix. If you'd like to follow Jack's journey and donate, visit jaxwalk.com, jaxwalk.com, and follow Jack's Walk on Facebook for live updates and photos. Well, taking a look now at Central Arizona weather, unseasonably warm weather is expected to cool down later this week. Forecasters predict that well above normal temperatures will persist through the early part of the week, keeping residents basking in relatively warm conditions. However, a significant shift in the weather pattern is expected as cooler temperatures, potentially dipping below normal, are forecast to arrive late this week and into the weekend. Additionally, a weather disturbance may introduce slight chances for precipitation across the region from Friday into Saturday. Residents should prepare for a notable transition in weather as the week progresses. Daytime highs today will range from the upper 70s in Payson to around 90 in Tonto Basin and 86 in Globe. But get ready for some weather whiplash, because by this Saturday, Payson's high will be in the 50s and Tonto Basin can expect highs in the upper 60s. Likewise, the forecast is currently predicting around a 30% chance for much-needed showers on Friday and Saturday. Not a great chance, but there is a chance. Well, sunrise this morning was at 5:58. It will set this evening at 6:58. And that's it for this Monday edition of your Central Arizona News. For Tonto-TV and K-Room Radio, I'm Randy Roberson. Even though it's Monday, make it a great day.